Hi Leo, it's Romy Wyser here. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to come check me out. If you are a Leo sun, rising or moon, then this reading for September 2019 may resonate for you. If it doesn't, please go ahead and check out the readings for both your rising and your moon. So if you do enjoy it, you'll have the opportunity to join me with the extended reading where we just go a little bit deeper into the narrative and the conversation to unearth and pull out more themes and more insight and clarity from spirit. And you'll also receive an accompanying worksheet, digital worksheet, that will highlight some of those themes and perhaps give you some journal prompts, some affirmations just for your own spiritual growth and emotional support through the month of September, Leo. So if you enjoy the reading and it resonates, please go ahead and drop a comment below, like and share the video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future updates from me. I really appreciate you being here and checking out the new channel and this September month's reading. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera so that you can see the cards as I do your reading for you. So let's get started. Hey Leo, thanks so much for joining me for your September intuitive reading and for tuning into my channel. Let's go ahead and get started and see what's coming out for you this month. We have just had the new moon in Virgo on August 30th in your second house. So maybe your focus right now is really around money and finances and personal security, and Virgo's maybe making that slightly uncomfortable, right? So it's really forcing you to look at the details of things, but that can be really advantageous for you. I feel like you'll be putting new strategies in place and really trying to get a handle on how you expand those resources, how you make them work for you, what changes you might want to be bringing in to help support yourself in greater ways in and around finances. Oh, perfect. So we begin your reading with Nine of Pentacles coming in, Leo. So it feels to me that you have quite a strong vision right now about what it is that you are trying to achieve. Maybe the levels of material success that you're looking to attain for yourself, those riches that you're looking to draw in. Certainly I feel that you are absolutely focused about what your priorities are as we move through this first part of September, Leo. And I think that's important, you know. We've come out of that Leo season. You've enjoyed that beautiful solar returns energy, giving you that boost, that drive, that momentum, that lovely creative energy flowing again. And now it's about how are we going to apply that? Where do we want to direct that energy in order to really start to achieve something for ourselves? I will say that there's a sense coming through with this card for you, Leo, of maybe needing to rein something in, right? Nine of Pentacles, she's very in control of a situation, right? And sometimes you can be a little hot-headed, right? Your heart on your sleeve, Leo. So maybe there's a situation that's calling for you to have a little bit more restraint, a little bit more grace, a little bit more held back. That will reveal itself, I think, as we move through the reading as to what particular situation that's pertaining to. I also feel for some reason there's somebody that you're also maybe you're molding or really sort of trying to get on the same page as you. You're doing a very good job of it, actually. I feel that whoever this individual represented by the hawk here, I'm kind of picking up that they are they're very loyal to you, right? They're very loyal to you and to what your vision is. And I think that's going to be important as well as we move through this month. You know, we have a full moon on September 14th in Pisces, Leo, and it's hitting in your 8th house, right? So that is dealing with shared finances and resources as well. It's dealing with some of that uncomfortable, murky stuff that, you know, makes us go deep and deal with some shadow work, and very transformational energy, dealing with intimacy, that public self, private self, secret self side of things. So I think also it feels that the level of scrutiny that you are being asked to look at within yourself in all areas of your life through Virgo season might feel somewhat uncomfortable, and maybe that's why you need to not act out or be too impulsive, and that's where that 9 is coming in to try and help you have a little bit more discernment. There's certainly this sense of you feeling there's a battle to be had, and this is why I think this is why I get this calm composure that comes in with the 9 here, okay? Where do you feel like you have to stand up for yourself or to prove something? Maybe there's an element of wanting to prove something to somebody or to yourself, you know, but I think that the courageous, and again, this is a fire energy, right? So in your elemental, is helping you to step up. There's almost like a quality of you needing to show up and deliver, and I think that might be, it's almost for me like on the surface you're going to be in a situation where you're trying to hold this calm composure and let everybody think that you're completely in control, and actually behind the scenes maybe there's something that's going on that has you feeling really out of your depth or feeling really threatened or kind of overwhelmed. I still have this sense of you being able to actually overcome that, okay? There's like a fearless quality that comes through with that 7 of Wands for me, that you will dig deep and find that courage, right? You have the courage of a lion. That's the epitome, the essence of you. So I'm not worried about that for you, Leo. I just think that you are maybe not presenting the full truth to those around you of exactly how you are dealing with something, or maybe where you are struggling with something. And you know, when we're in that 8th house activity around that full moon, and remember, full moon can bring things up that are unexpected. It's sort of revelationary in nature, and it's bringing through that sort of slightly illusion side. So you know, you are being asked just from a kind of personal self-discovery and your own spiritual journey to, you know, maybe this is you fighting off some of those inner fears and doubts that you have about your ability to be able to manifest the vision that you hold for yourself in your life, right? But you have absolutely what it takes, and that 8th house is going to help bring in some of that transformative energy, I feel, to support you as you move through that. The other thing that's happening this month of real significance is that Saturn's going to be moving direct on September 18th, Leo, okay? Now, Saturn has been retrograde in your 6th house of service, okay? So the whole way that you approach being of service, and that's to yourself, that self-care, the kind of systems, the rituals, the day-to-day stuff that you have in place, it's probably been somewhat disruptive, or it's really been called into question. For some of you, you've maybe gone to the extremes. There's maybe been a lot of OCD energy come in, or a complete lack of having any kind of boundaries in place or structure or order in your life. But certainly with Saturn ruling that, there's probably been some tough lessons for you. So maybe for some of you, you've dealt with some really difficult personal challenges around what the fallout of not having those systems or structures in place, or having them too strongly in your life, okay? I feel like maybe for some of you, you might have been dealing with some sort of addictive tendency with regards to something, but I feel like you've learned an awful lot, and actually as we move through September and Saturn stations direct, you're going to be able to apply this and put more healthy, nurturing, supportive rituals and structures in place that are going to really support your well-being. And I think that's really important, because maybe that's going to stop you from feeling that sense of overwhelm, or like everything feels like an uphill battle, and just maybe bring in a little bit more balance and a firmer foundation for you in some regards. So we have King of Cups come through for you, Leo. This could be a water sign that you're dealing with, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And you know, maybe if we link this to the 7 of Wands, there's been a little bit of jostling, a bit of kind of rival or unsettled or provocative energy connected to this water sign energy. And again, I just want to go back to this sort of note about feeling like you maybe need to prove yourself with some regards in something, okay? Yeah, it's kind of interesting. For those of you looking at career and work, maybe this water sign is actually offering you the opportunity to step into a more empowered role for yourself as well. King of Cups brings a real creative vision to the forefront. You are beautifully creative in your natural essence, Leo. And I think actually as a team, this is a really winning combination. So, you know, whether this is a relationship or, you know, an opportunity around your work or purpose, I feel actually at the moment he feels he's coming in on quite harmonious, but I do have this sense of you needing to somehow prove yourself, or you feeling like you do. I think this is much more about internally what's going on with you, not what actually is being demanded of you in some instances, Leo. Now, we have Libra season beginning on 23rd of September, okay, which is also going to be equinox. So huge rebalancing taking place, right? And for you, I feel that you are being called to just step up for what it is that you want. It's hitting your third house of communication, expression, right? Which is really important, Leo, because I think it's about saying ask for what you want and don't be afraid. Like, know that you have what it takes to be able to communicate that message and to be able to follow through. I don't know why I keep picking up there's like a lot of doubt that's going on within you about different situations just now, Leo. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles coming in, which is lovely. I think along with the 9, it is bringing in this very grounded quality for you that is going to help you with this sense of mastery, right? I think there's a lot of self-mastery taking place through this month of September for you, Leo, where you are proving to yourself that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of what it is that you want for yourself. Now, 8 of Pentacles for me is also suggestive of becoming that student again, recognizing that there are things that we still need to learn. We need to apply ourselves. And sometimes, you know, with your energy, you can feel a bit, I don't know, like you don't always want to go the distance. Like that consistency can sometimes be an issue, right? But I feel like this is coming into an energy that's saying, especially in Virgo season, where it gives us that real commitment, right, to be able to see something through. And I think that's important because it's through this application and through taking on the learning, allowing yourself to be the student and to learn from others around you, and to apply yourself in new ways, that you're actually going to be able to overcome some of those internal doubts, and see yourself as valid and worthy for that which you are seeking in your life. And you know, that could even be about a relationship situation, you know, like needing to come back into a connection, or, you know, embracing a new connection where you really want to apply yourself, and not for it to feel like hard work, but actually to understand that relationships do take work, right? They don't always stay in that kind of hearts and flowers energy, right? And, you know, if you are dealing in a relationship with a water sign energy, who can sometimes be a little closed in terms of, you know, not always sharing what's going on an emotional level, even though they are deeply emotional, that can be quite challenging for you, right? Where you are all heart energy, and it's just, you know, you're ready to fearlessly put your heart into the ring, and maybe there's this quality from this water sign of saying, like, I'm not quite ready, I need to take my time, I need to kind of sort of step back and assess something here, and everything's going on beneath the surface, but they're not ready to share that with you quite yet. So maybe there's a sense of you feeling like that relationship is a little bit hard work right now, but I do feel it's going to be worth it. It's worth you putting the effort in. Even if it doesn't realize the vision that you have, I think what's going to happen in the process is that you are going to realize something about yourself and your ability to be able to go the distance with something and apply yourself in a way that feels really committed and is really fulfilling you in a way that you need at this moment in time, right? Okay, so Page of Cups energy coming through again. Could be another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And in some regards, I also want to link this to a beautiful quality of creativity coming through. Could be a younger person that we're dealing with as well. If this is a relationship, I feel like the communication, you know, there is a lovely sort of sense of like something just like embarking on something fairly new. We're still in the kind of early stages of something, Leo, right? And it does have that potential, but it is going to take some discipline and some work, but also to find the right balance, right? We need to find the balance here. But I do feel that I want to say maybe there's a slight naive quality that you are bringing to the situation. That's not necessarily a bad thing though, because sometimes I think if we saw the cold hard truth of something, we might never begin it, right? We might never start it. So I want to kind of link into this beautifully optimistic, you know, gentle kind of nurturing energy that you can bring to situations, and say that that slightly naive quality is actually going to be of assistance to you in this situation, right? I also feel for some of you, just on your spiritual journey, this is a really lovely acknowledgement of you tuning in and tapping into your own gifts in greater ways, right? I really feel that you are going through a beautiful transition and awakening. And I think that there is a desire to want to apply yourself to your spiritual journey in some way that's really going to be very supportive. I want to say I do quite strongly pick up a Cancerian energy with this particular card today. So I want to say maybe some of you are dealing with a Cancerian, and you know, I feel like there's messages and communication that's going to be quite important through this month of September, connected to that sign for you in some way, okay? The next new moon that we have in September is going to be in Libra on the 28th, and again that's going to be in your 3rd house, Leo, right? So I think that's going to be really important about you being able to express yourself and communicate what your vision is and what you need from the people around you, right? And remember what we talked about, this need for sort of you holding a sense of grace, or kind of being slightly held back and not coming in with too strong a stance. I think that's important. Wow, okay, another water sign energy here. So Cancerian, Scorpio or Pisces. If this is you, Leo, there is maybe a slight quality of vulnerability, and I think, you know, I picked this up at the start of the reading. You know, where are you feeling doubtful or slightly unsure or slightly overly sensitive about a certain situation? Maybe you feel unsure of your position or in need of validation from someone or something. And I think that spiritually speaking, what's probably happening for you is that you're going through a process where they are trying to help you to understand that, you know, you can seek that validation externally, but actually it needs to start and come from within. There's a beautiful healing quality that always comes through with the Queen of Cups, and I feel that as we're in Virgo season, that beautiful earth medicine, the message around this for you, Leo, is about how do you apply that healing to yourself, right? Where do you need to use that beautiful, nurturing, loving energy? And remember, when we talked about Saturn moving direct in your 6th house, you know, this is about your self-care, right? What is it that you need to be able to sustain your energy levels and to support your mental well-being, your emotional well-being? You know, this is about making choices and decisions that are not moving you into this overly sort of combative energy where you feel like you constantly have to fight for everything. You know, you're already worthy of that which you desire, but there is this sense of just saying, like, you can take a step back and actually just allow things to come to you. Sometimes we need to sort of move into slightly more of a kind of surrender energy. You know, once we've asked for what we want, once we've set out that intention, we have to allow that law of attraction energy to do its work and move ourselves into receptive energy. And there's something about you not trying too hard this month, Leo, because I feel in doing so, it's almost like you are making things doubly hard for yourself, okay? Even though I feel like you're on a quest to have to prove something. But, you know, having King and Queen of Cups come up in the reading is very symbolic there. So there's a real sense of, if this is about relationships, a real power couple, a really powerful karmic link, soul link. It could be an overload of emotions, though. We might have a situation where we are literally in an energy where there's not enough grounding going on here, and maybe this is why we're just feeling overly defensive with something. Yeah, but huge amount of water in this reading right now, Leo. So you're feeling really overly emotional about some kind of situation. Okay, 2 cards just came out here. Let's take them both. So we start with the Wheel. Okay, Wheel of Fortune energy coming in. And actually your first major arcana in this reading for September, so very symbolic. And I think that this really is bringing in new opportunity, but I also feel it's denoting like really unexpected events for you through this month as well. So I want to say that, you know, this is maybe where we have this rise of like stress level or feeling all of a sudden like on the back foot with a situation. And we could be connecting this into an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or this may well be a situation connected to your own work with 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles coming in there. There could be some really unexpected changes or events that are happening in your career. That's not necessarily negative, Leo. I think they could be bringing in some really wonderful opportunities, and that's why you're being asked to let go of the doubts and really step up. You know, we talked about that creative vision coming in, and if it is this King of Cups, this water energy that's connected to the work side of things, I think, you know, don't even second guess yourself. Step right up and put yourself in the position to take something on, because actually that vision that you have for yourself, you know, what it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you want to embody is absolutely within your capability and your sight, okay? It's just going to take a little bit of application for it, and knowing, you know, it's that kind of like, I know what I don't know, and I'm prepared to learn. That 8 of Pentacles has for me, a humility about it. So when this opportunity comes in or presents itself, or there is some kind of change event that happens, you know, it's always sort of out with our control, and even though we have a sense of it coming, it still feels like a surprise when it arrives. Then you are going to be well positioned to ask for what you want, and I think you need to be direct with that. Okay. I also have this sense, Leo, because I'm just going to kind of draw back to this card for a moment, right? Because I'm kind of getting this standoff going on here, right? Between you, the Leo, and an earth sign here. Could specifically be a Taurus, but because we're picking up this earth sign here as well, okay? So there may be some sort of situation that you're confronting with an earth sign through the course of September as well, Leo, okay? Just want to bring that out as it drew my attention there. Okay. Right, full energy. Okay, so why do I want to say that you may be having conversation or narratives where you think somebody is being overly foolish? Okay, I think that's one note that's coming in. The second thing I want to say is that you are ready to liberate yourself and to feel freer in exploring your potential, and I think that's important. I think maybe there's a recognition that you are holding yourself back in certain situations and maybe in certain connections, and you're ready to expand your vision of what's possible. And I think, this lovely quality of the Fool coming in, not only bringing in a brand new beginning and a new cycle and a new pathway and opportunity, and remember, he's following the wheel here, okay? So whatever this unexpected event, opportunity that's coming, and be mindful when the wheel comes in, it's not always smooth, right? There's not smooth roads. Sometimes it can be a little bit chaotic and disruptive, right? A new path is carved out, but it can leave a bit of mess in its wake. But this brand new beginning is offering you the opportunity to step up and to be bold and to maybe take a risk, be slightly maverick, and understand that you have everything that you need in order to realize a vision that you have for yourself, which for me just links back to this beautiful Nine of Pentacles energy. So there's a new opportunity coming in that I feel could be really positive for you, Leo, and I want to say that you need to grab it with open arms, and really trust in the timing, because for me the wheel is also bringing in something really symbolic about the timing of the events in September, right? So Virgo in your second house of finance, security, is asking you to consider the way in which you want to plan for the future for yourself, and that maybe you're ready and getting prepared to take some bold risks and really seize the opportunity and seize the moment. And I think you'll do really well for yourself in that instance. Okay, so Hanged Man energy, I'm just asking about an outcome based on what's coming through with these cards, and there may be a feeling that you're somehow being blocked, or there's a delay to something that has been presented. So maybe a little bit of frustration that comes in where you feel like you're about to get going with something, you're ready to start, you're ready to get moving, and then all of a sudden the brakes get put on. I also feel for some of you, you could feel slightly powerless to a situation, and there's a need to, I don't want you to struggle, okay? I think I've got to go back to what we said at the beginning of the reading, the sense of like holding grace or being able to hold back with some kind of energy and not go in on the defensive, because it's just going to cause like a tighter restriction around you, and it's not going to serve you, and it just feels like it's going to delay or prolong the block further. So spiritually speaking, I want you to allow this period of sacrifice and suspension and not look upon it as being a stagnant energy, but actually one that's divinely timed in order for you to fully process something and perhaps make some changes to, what is important, or how you want to realize something, or how you want to communicate with something. But I feel like there could be a sense of you feeling in limbo over a situation as we are moving into that second half of September. So let's go ahead and see what else comes out to clarify that, Leo. Okay, so Page of Wands, which could be you, coming up as a fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. We've got two pages coming in this reading. So do feel that through this month of September, there's an awful lot of communication, messages, conversations happening backwards and forwards. So, if this is about work and career changes, I feel like there's an awful lot of movement and momentum, and then maybe for whatever reason, there's like a hold that gets put on something before it gets fully signed off or agreed. If it's about relationship situations, I think there is beautiful energy of potential, like a continuation and a growing of something, which I really like. I do feel that you are being asked to stay optimistic and positive. I think that there's an energy and a desire to get moving. Paige is wanting to move into that Knight of Wands energy, like that's the next stop for her. So I feel like there is that desire of like sort of preparation, and maybe that's why the Hanged Man's here. It's just like there's a preparatory energy that needs to take place. And actually, I kind of want to link Hanged Man in with the Eight of Pentacles, because actually sometimes we need to apply ourselves, and that Hanged Man just is going to give you the time. The delay is actually affording you the opportunity to commit to your vision and work on the detail and just kind of think through and absorb and take your time before you rush headlong into something. But I like that Page of Wands quality coming through. For some of you, I mean, maybe there is some kind of block or delay connected to another fire sign, possibly. That could also be coming in for you through this month, Leo. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull out some oracle cards to see how they are complementing the reading for you for September. Okay, so the card that's coming through is healing. Okay, for me, I really want to say this is, she's holding this candle, not holding it, but she's protectively embracing this flame. And for me, this is representative of your inner light, your soul light, and there's this beautiful healing energy that's coming through to say, whatever situation has you feeling doubtful or insecure or less than or unsure of yourself requires some release and some healing. Okay, and I feel like that's what's coming through in September. So that the themes that are coming up, where you're feeling emotionally triggered, is actually here to serve you. It's supporting your growth and your journey. And for those of you that may have been going through some challenging situations in terms of connections, family situations or personal work relationships, I feel that there is this lovely sense of balance coming back in. And sometimes that Hanged Man can allow the spiritual intervention or the epiphany to take place as to actually what this was all about and how I can learn from this. And I think that's really important for you through September. And when we're talking about 8th house activity, with that full moon in Pisces, that can be taking us to those parts of ourselves that we don't really want to acknowledge or deal with, to help us transform and release. The parts of ourselves that we keep really hidden, right? Just like what I was saying at the start of the reading, like what you're putting out to the outside world versus what's going on within you can be a very different narrative at times. Adjustments are required. I feel honestly that this is adjustments that are taking place within you so that you can better support yourself in realizing some of the visions that you hold at this moment in time. Adjustments within relationships are necessary. There are going to be changes happening in your world. I do not want you to feel powerless to those changes, because actually I think they are going to bring about an opportunity for a whole new way of moving through life. And I think there's this lovely sense of your world is going to open up in a way that you perhaps didn't expect, because of some of the things that are going to take place through this month of September, even if they feel really somewhat unexpected for you. Okay. Integrate your knowing. Okay, so for me, this is about a huge up-leveling in your awareness and your understanding of your own thought patterns and emotional responses to what's happening around you, where you are holding yourself back, where you are being asked to release some of those fears, and how you are then going to apply that learning, Eight of Pentacles, become the student again. This quality of self-mastery is really strong in your reading for September, Leo. And, you know, if this is about relationship situations, it's like, okay, what have I been dealing with lately, and how do I learn from that so I don't have to go through this again, right? Especially if it's been a challenging situation, right? We've been triggered, and you don't want to have to keep coming back around to the same thing, because that's what happens, isn't it? They keep bringing us the same lesson until we finally get it. But for me, actually, all of these kind of spikes coming out of the head of this, I'm not kind of sure what this animal is, but it's all about your crown chakra here. So it's all about the spiritual wisdom, the divine wisdom that you're calling in and that you're pulling in. And I just think that this is going to be a really wonderful month of awakening for you, to help you realize something. But I just have this sense of grace, and like there's a more subdued energy that is going to be revealed following any hot-headed or sort of slightly defensive or combative type of energy. And I think that that's going to be really helpful for you in your own growth. Okay, Leo, so if this has resonated for you as your sun, rising or moon, thank you so much. Please go ahead and like and drop me a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss next month's. If you'd like to go ahead and join me for the extended reading, which is going to be another 20 minutes, and we are going to pull some more cards just to clarify this in a little bit more detail and try and pull out some more information for you on where some of these themes might be taking us. I'm going to drop the link below the videos so that you can go ahead and join me if you'd like to. So I'm just going to clarify Nine of Pentacles energy here for us. Okay, Three of Cups. Four of Wands. Okay. A lot of figures coming up in both these cards. So maybe dealing with group situations, friendships, colleagues, co-workers. Okay, Lover's card coming through. Could be a Gemini energy that we're dealing with here. That Three of Cups could be a third-party situation. Also feel with this King of Queen of Cups and the Lovers coming through, just as I mentioned, this very karmic relationship. Queen of Swords, okay, definitely Gemini or possibly a Libra or Aquarius, but certainly an air sign energy that's presenting themselves. So clarifying the Seven of Wands here. Judgment. Yeah, definitely feel like there's some sort of situation that's you feel called out over, or you're calling someone else out over. Just clarifying that again with Ten of Swords, okay. Maybe a sense of betrayal, or a situation where you feel overly unfair. Knight of Swords energy as I clarify the King of Cups. So, could be an air sign. Okay, just gonna... Oh, Knight of Cups, okay. Could be another water energy in the equation here. A lot of people in your reading today, Leo. Just clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Chariot, so it could be a Cancerian. Cardinal energy coming through. Ten of Coins. Family situation. Thinking about your security, certainly with all that second house activity, it's on your mind, Leo. Just clarifying the Page of Cups, Hanged Man again, okay. Definitely feeling in limbo over something. Okay, clarifying the Queen of Cups with Six of Coins. And King of Cups again, goodness. You know, with that King, Queen of Cups and Page of Cups, you know, we could even be looking at mother, father, child here, like one family situation. No, can't get that note coming in. Queen of Cups again, wow, okay. Clarifying the wheel here, Five of Wands. So So whatever comes up unexpected is causing some, possibly some upset, some disagreement or argument. However, I still feel with that full energy coming in, there's opportunity. So Tower does bring a sense of destruction and upheaval, but what comes out of that is actually really liberating and the opportunity for new beginnings. Seven of Wands again, we have that card twice coming in your read, Leo. Page of Wands, we are bringing in an earth sign, so it could be a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn we're dealing with there. Let's just go ahead and clarify one more with the Hangman. Queen of Wands. Okay, so that could be you, Leo, or an Aries or Sagittarius that we're also dealing with in the situation. So if you would like to join me, please go ahead and just click on the link below the video and we will explore this narrative a little further and see where it takes us. Thanks so much for tuning in. All the best.